Welcome back to Dalesha's Life. Today we're going somewhere, and I want to see if you guys could guess by the shirt.
I zoomed it in.
Okay. And if you can't tell what I'm wearing, let him go past.
Sorry, we couldn't quite catch that. What was that?
Let him. I'm wearing a Lion King shirt, so I'm pretty sure by now you know where we're headed. And it's the day of the release of the movie.
And this will be going up today.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get up
Breaking
today
schedule.
If he doesn't get
Yeah,
to
if
sleep.
she doesn't, yeah, whatever. Breaking schedule because it's important.
Anyway, some people beat us to the punch last night, but that's okay.
We have lives.
We're gonna do something different, like he said. Put it up today, Friday, July 19th. And yeah, so we're gonna let y'all know how we feel about the movie. If they destroyed our childhood or they didn't do too bad. Everybody think because Beyonce's in it, you know, it's gonna be good. So we're gonna tell y'all. So
We'll let
stay
you guys
tuned.
know. See you guys in a little bit.
Nobody's here.
Hello.
It's like
Two for the Lion King.
This is what our seating looks like currently. Would you still like to see it? It's all the way in the front row.
that's fine.
That's
That's where we sit.
Okay.
It smells like banana
Wow,
bread
that
in
many
here.
people this time? Wow.
Yeah. Where would you like to sit up front?
What, right in the middle, right? Delisa?
Yeah, in the middle, perfectly.
Alrighty. Are you a Stubbs member?
No,
That'll be $16.98.
we thought we were beating the crowd.
Oh, people
But-
buy their tickets online. So.
And I was gonna say it's summertime too, so
Ma'am, I can scan you in once I'm done.
Oh, does that not work?
That's our
Oh, okay.
register.
Okay.
That'll be in theater one.
Theater one?
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
You know what you want?
What do you want?
Popcorn. That's all I can really eat. Oh, and
Popcorn for her.
and
Large or regular?
regular, the smallest one.
Okay.
And a Coke slushy.
A slushy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have pizza?
Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza.
Okay. I'll have a pizza then.
What type of pizza?
Welcome back to Delicious Life.
This is a do-over.
It is. We're here to give you
We
the
were
review,
hot. We're hot. He was tired. It
etc.
just, yeah.
So, whatever. Anyway, today we're going to give
Today, because
you...
it's the next
It
day.
is the next day. It's 2 in the morning.
He took
We're
a
gonna
nap.
give it, I had to take a nap. We're going to give you the review of the Lion King 2019 remake. So I think we're going to start off with each of us giving you our ratings, and then we'll go into further detail. So, ma'am, would you like to start?
Let's see.
We should say out of 5. Let's say out of 5
Out of
stars, how many
5?
would you give it?
Oh, I like 10, because then I can kind of be like a...
Well, then let's use 10. We have a difficult rating system. Please see the description for the further details.
I would say maybe... I don't know. I enjoyed it, so maybe a 5? A 4?
I mean,
4.5?
That's half.
What
That's,
about 4.5?
that's worse. 10 is the best.
Yeah, so 4
4 out of 10, that's like that's an F in school.
Well, no, I said 5. You said that's like better. You was just about to say that was good. So I'm saying it's like 4.5.
So would you say it was average?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it was then.
I mean, I didn't run out of the theater
That's-
screaming.
Well, then that's pretty bad. Then if she gives it a 5 or a 4, that's low.
Well, I don't want to say
Okay.
because I like it. I liked it enough, but I like original things better.
Okay, so she gives it a 5.
I mean, but I still would tell you guys at the end, you know, check it out.
And now that she spoiled the end of the video, jeez, thanks a lot.
I would tell them throughout us talking anyway to check it out.
I'm gonna also give it. I don't know if I'd give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. And I know these are really bad ratings for those of you who pay attention to these things. But
Well, these
look,
stars don't, like, when we start explaining, there's going to be some good, some bad, some ugly.
But it's, yeah, we'll explain. So, You begin and then I go. Let's take it one at a time. Or you pick an aspect and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, my turn.
Visually, it was pretty.
Agreed.
Except for I didn't like some parts when it was dark. I couldn't see that well.
But that's always...
No, but like I don't know. On the cartoon, I feel like the drawing and the coloring was better.
Because they didn't have a dark enough blue crayon.
Or black.
Or black.
They probably blended the colors.
There you go.
And it probably wasn't crayons, probably paint, actually.
Oh, whatever.
Anywho.
But visually it was nice, other than the fact that the mouths don't move. But
I thought they did.
no, I don't think they move when they talk.
Did you notice lions have strong jaws?
Yes.
Square. I was gonna say, so I did figure out, because like we always mention, we're visually impaired, that soda break for this guy.
I'll just bring it with me, so yeah, I have to.
You need something to hold in your hand?
I do.
Is it sweating?
No.
So, like I was saying, we're visually impaired, and like I said, it was dark. So I will say, I figured out, like, near the middle end of the movie, because there was a few dark scenes, don't look at it with my left eye, look at it with my right, and it seemed a little brighter. So, and then I realized that my left eye actually needed a break, like it was watering or feeling weird, actually. I did notice that.
Could we get back to the movie review, please?
I'm just saying, you know, if you got one good eye and one bad eye, and just try them out.
Okay, so the visuals, we both agree that they were very pretty.
So, you know, and then the lions didn't move their mouths, he said.
I was telling her that when the movie started, I forgot, because I didn't look into any of the details. She was the one who told me, hey, the Lion King, so...
He was scared to go see it.
No, but I'm saying I didn't see commercials or anything, because I mean...
We don't watch TV.
That much, so... I forgot that it was going to be some computerized 3D models and everything, so we get there, and when it first started, I'm thinking, man, I don't know who they got to do the drawings, but this is unbelievable. Then I realized, and I was glad I didn't open my mouth and say that out loud. So, there were some 3-year-olds in there who would have known better. So.
I feel like we're cut off for some reason. I don't know why I feel like...
Just relax. We're not. Keep talking. Well,
can you hold your Coke out in front of me? No, what? I see the red. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, and then the next thing, emotions. I don't know if it's because I'm female or what it is, but that movie, there were a few parts in the beginning I kind of got a little teary-eyed, I think because of the music, but the original lady who did the singing did way better to me. But I still got a little teary-eyed in the beginning, and then different parts throughout the movie. Not so much on the part when, ooh, my teeth whistled. Not so much.
This is gonna be a rough one, guys. Now,
you should have kept the original.
Guess we're not selling this place.
You should have kept the original review.
Please stay.
Anyway.
Please look at the audience when you talk.
Anyway, I didn't really get that emotional when Scar killed Mufasa that much. I don't know. There was no change in tone of voice, I guess.
On the emotional side, I'll say that what I was telling her earlier, when the songs started, traditional songs in the different scenes of the movie, when those come up, and you can tell they're starting, I started to feel the goosebumps and everything. But then they're all new renditions. They have new singers and everything. And as soon as they came on and the vocals started, goosebumps gone.
Yeah.
It's not... And excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
This is my turn.
Sorry.
Going on the emotional thing. So, and then the other thing about getting emotional, like she said, when Scar kills Mufasa, I mean, my thing was, and we'll maybe go into this a little bit later, but Dalesha, please.
I'm trying.
It's like fine. Come on.
Go.
The lack of soul or emotion in this remake is, to me, was really apparent. So I didn't get the emotional feelings that I got in the original because the actors did not put the emotion into it. It seemed It wasn't there. It's not, and that is the main, maybe I'll go into it a little bit later, but that is the main reason for my very low rating. It just doesn't have the emotion, so I don't have the emotion. Your turn. Next.
I was gonna say, yeah, you were saying to me, we were kind of, I watched a review and he was reading some reviews and like everybody was putting in the words what we were thinking but couldn't really explain.
Some.
Yeah.
Some people said this is the most
Really
unbelievable
good.
thing I've seen in my life.
But they clearly didn't watch it the original proper way. But yeah, lack of emotion in the voices when they talk. It was like they're just going.
I guess since we're on this topic, we'll just finish it now and then we can move on because I have more to say about that and I don't want to have to come back to it. But I'll say that the big issue for me, and I was telling her this, is the actors. So this movie is pretty much a remake, almost a line for line remake. There are some differences, some improvisations, obviously, but what's missing is, like I was saying, so for example, the way the lines are executed, the way they're said, is what's missing its power. It's, you know, if when you watch the original Lion King, even if you watched it on a tiny, you watched it on your video cassette VCR thing and with your tiny 15-inch TV at home, it still had this big, grand, emotional thing, and it leaped off the screen. You were immersed in the cinematic. I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
And like,
But this just didn't have it. When they would say the traditional lines, like, you know, long live the king or something, it just, obviously Scar's voice was different, one thing, but it's just the timing.
yeah, some of the actors, a lot of the actors' voices. I did like, what's her name? Sarabi?
Mm-hmm.
I liked
Mom.
her.
That was Mom.
Yeah, well, if they watch Lion King, they know who Sarabi is.
Yeah, but you didn't know her name.
Whatever.
I'm here to help.
Anyway, I think her voice was okay, but the rest of the actors, I didn't like the people who they chose to deliver the lines.
I was thinking that originally because, you know, we're used to certain voices. The original voices
No,
we
but I
remember in
think
our
if they
head.
would have chose better actors, maybe I would have liked
I don't think that if they would have chosen it would have made any difference. To me, it's not.
Well,
the voices were not. That
the
bothered
delivery.
me at first. It's the delivery. It was
Yeah, but
not.
I'm saying maybe other actors would have delivered it better.
No, I don't think so because you're not going to find a group of actors that all do bad. I think it's that they didn't when they were rehearsing they weren't going for the same effect.
Well, as me and other people are in agreement about who aren't under the spell of Beyonce, like her acting isn't amazing. Oh my gosh, but I mean the songs she did for the movie were decent. I would say she kind of overdid it with all the vocal, like, up and down extra runs that she did for Can You Feel the Love Tonight. I mean, it was decent in my opinion, but I just don't think she needed all those extra runs. And she overtook the guy who was, it was supposed to be a duet, and it was a Beyonce show.
Yeah, right. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? The beauty of that song, or what's so emotional about it, is that the two people harmonize together, and it works. It's a perfect thing. She just came in and did all the love tonight. She just did all this extra stuff, and it's like, just shut up. And then the song that she did for the movie, that she did a different one that they added in.
Spirit.
I guess it's called Spirit, but it was total. To me, it felt completely out of place. Had nothing. It just didn't fit.
And maybe if we would actually heard the song,
instrument.
like the whole song,
But
not just the Spirit part, we would.
No, I'm not saying the song is bad. I'm saying placed in the Lion King movie, it's out of place.
And
it's
see,
misplaced.
that's what it was made for the Lion King movie.
Misplaced completely compared to how the old. Because again, like I said, even though they changed the singers, the songs are still the same songs. The instruments, everything is the same. So then you throw in this new song that she did with the instruments, with the sound of 2019. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I thought that really. Didn't like it. Didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I think in the original when a lot of the scenes were quick, not long lasting like in the original. They kind of rushed them.
Yeah.
At least to me and him.
And now we can talk about, like we're kind of talking about the actors of the different voices. I think we should maybe go into that one by one. Let's say, I think the biggest one that bothered me the most, or that I liked the least, was Scar. I didn't like the guy who played Scar's voice this time.
Not as
The other guy.
Not deep or something.
No, it's just the emphasis. It's the emotion behind the guy who played Scar originally is the guy who plays Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. I don't know what his name is, but he's a British guy. He's got a really good voice. Yeah, he's got a really good voice.
They just keep taking over. First House and...
I know. They take over everything. They're everywhere. You got it.
Hey.
Sorry.
My last name?
Oh, sorry. So...
Watch previous videos to get that joke.
Anyway, so...
The 4th of July one to be...
And the other actors, I guess everybody else was okay.
I didn't like the hyenas.
No, I didn't either. They had
some... Now, I will say them, like, okay, they added a bunch of new wording and stuff to the script, but there were some funny parts in there. It started with the hyenas it started with Zazu, who was talking about his brother who was the woodpecker. He thought he was the woodpecker.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wait, we're talking about the movie. Wait, we're telling them what he said. We can't get...
That's one
we
little
can't
thing.
have
That's no big deal.
I know, but we can't be giving away spoilers.
Right.
But yeah, so there were some funny parts. The hyenas had some funny parts. But I didn't like their voices. And then Timon and Pumbaa, of course, they had to be funny. If they weren't funny, then the movie would have been a flop, because that's who they are in the original. They're funny, dumb, you know.
They're great.
And another thing about them is they took out another spoiler, but they took out the funniest part to me in the original Lion King is when Timon dresses in the hula skirt and stuff, and he tries to distract
the hyenas.
Yeah, but the female one. I think. Well, yeah, he dances for her, and they took out that part. So I thought that was one of the funniest parts in the movie.
And then you said
and Pumbaa wasn't red, like I said.
Pumbaa wasn't red. And there was another part that I was going to comment about or say something about.
That was funny.
Or that they changed. You were just. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, interrupt me. This is not a take turns kind of thing.
That's okay. It'll probably come back to me.
Well, I was saying hyenas were funny. I was saying Zazu.
Yeah, Zazu was good. Timon and Pumbaa.
His voice was different, but it was okay that it was different because I don't know. It kind of still almost sounded like the original.
I was gonna say, I think it's not. This is not what I was thinking a minute ago, but. The banter back and forth, like she's saying, they changed some of that with the hyenas amongst themselves, and then with Timon and Pumbaa, they have new lines and new things back and forth. And I think the banter is modernized. Which is fine, right?
We're not that old where we don't get it.
But I don't feel like I don't connect as much with it. Let's say that personally. It doesn't make me. There was one thing that was. A couple times they were kind of funny, but they were really generic, and all the grown-ups, all the parents in the movie theater were laughing too. Exactly. Other things you can tell you have to be born after 2010, or you know what I mean. It just different thing.
A lot of the parents in the movie theater were laughing a lot, and we were sitting there not laughing at the things as hard as they were. So I don't know.
They didn't want to get in trouble with their kids.
Maybe they were drinking because there's a little bar now at the Showplace 8. That we go to, there's a little bar, so maybe they were drinking a little bit to get through the movie. You know, I always tell him that he needs to go see the play of Lion King, which of course it's going to be different now because so many years later, but I went to see the play when I was younger, downtown Chicago. I don't know what the theater was called, but me and some of my family members went, and it was really good. Like, I think everybody should see the play version of it as well. And then afterward, we got some little lion characters. I wonder if they did anything like that at certain theaters, like little. We'll let him scratch his throat.
Keep going.
With you know, at the concession stand, did they give the little kids cups or things? You know, we always used to look forward to the cereal boxes that had the stuff. By the way, the cereal boxes do have some stickers. Why do you want stickers? You want the action figure toy. You don't want a sticker, I don't think. But yeah.
You're getting too into this.
I'm just saying. So.
But
it'd be interesting to see what my three-year-old goddaughter thinks of it when she goes.
And I think, and you know what is funny? What's funny is that what we said in the original review. This is the redo, obviously. But is that the
I had my
Lion
Lion
King
shirt on.
is wait.
In the original.
They'll see at in the intro when we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
outside the condo.
Yeah.
The issue I think, or not an issue, but the thing is, the Lion King, like a lot of things, is representative of a time. I think that it's maybe some things aren't very noticeable depending on your age or depending on how much you observe things in life or how perceptive you are. But 1994 was a different time. 1994 and 2019 are very different. I know what I want to say. One more thing. I remembered. So she was mentioning about Timon and Pumbaa and everything, and there's a scene that they decided that they wanted to throw in this concept of bullying. Anti-bullying, because that's a big hot topic, button issue, whatever. Again, representative of a time. That's a thing these days. It's talked about everywhere. It's obsessive. In the movie, maybe it's because, again, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, they're not going to know any different. This is just their world. But to us and to everybody else, we notice. It was purposely put in there because it wasn't in the one in 94, and it just, that kind of puts me off. When you do these extra things like this to make a statement, that's not the point of The Lion King. I mean, nobody was making political points in 94 in this movie.
The point of
life and loving your kid and taking care of, doing the right thing. Those were the
and the circle of life.
But those are timeless messages. Those span across generations and centuries. These other things, they're just modern
Well, I think they're still, they might be ongoing.
But everybody was against bullying in 94 too. Nobody said, oh, it's great the kids beat up other. Nobody said that.
But it wasn't such a strong thing that's happening often,
but
I guess.
it didn't need to be said in The Lion King.
No, I know.
That's my point.
I agree with you. What I'm saying
That's what I'm saying.
Back then people weren't, I guess, killing themselves because they got bullied at school or online or something, so they feel like they gotta throw it and everything. But I will say I did like the fact that they didn't try and push the gay envelope like they did in Toy Story, which I didn't go see. I didn't see Toy Story 4 either, or 3, whichever one was before this one. But they did that in Toy Story and they did that in Beauty and the Beast. And there was no gay characters in either of those movies in the original. I mean, Toy Story is a bunch of toys. So...
And I just think, I
don't know.
Issues become issues because people make them issues. I know it's a lot of issues in one sense. Really, we got to kind of cut some of this out, I think. But, so to explain our rating system, I think we touched on every topic, right? We touched on the music, we touched on the new acting, the visual effects, the emotion or the lack thereof.
I will say they probably should be bringing in a decent amount of money because at least our movie theater was packed
and I think
for our showing and when we were done.
People are going to go see it solely out of curiosity. One thing I was reading...
and they want to take their kids because summer break.
I think my two comments to wrap it up here, at least on my end. Number one would be that don't let pretty visuals cloud your judgment. It's very easy. Kids, when kids like to play video games, you hear them say all the time, wow, the visuals, the graphics, whatever is so important. Great. But there's a lot more to a game than just how it looks. The movie's the same. So, you're going to be impressed, you're going to be amazed. Let that pass. Pay attention to the rest of the movie. And number two, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I noticed a lot of comments. People were saying, really pretty visual effects, but once you get away from that, and that's kind of how I felt too. And I think the other thing is, if you've seen the first one, watch this one. If you haven't seen the first one, watch it after you've seen this. It doesn't matter the order, but you should definitely...
No, I feel like they should watch the original first.
But I'm afraid that that's going to maybe give them a clouded thing like we have. And I'm afraid that maybe possibly our judgment or our conclusions are because we grew up with the other one.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the original in a long time.
And I thought the same as she did. What she's saying right there, I thought the same thing. But when we were watching the movie today, and when differences were there, I noticed every single difference. Everything. I mean, you can't miss them. So even though it's been so long since we've seen it, it's still, you can't miss it. So watch this one, then maybe go watch the old one if you haven't seen it yet. Whatever order, but it's worth watching both, and then you tell us which one you like better.
I was going to say also, for the sighted people, according to the review I watched, the visuals are super, like, the CGI was amazing. Apparently there's, the blades of grass were moving, the fur, the mane was blowing in the wind, and the bugs were in the foreground and the background. And they, like, the person was saying that they really paid attention to detail with that one. Like, it wasn't just focused on the animals, the main animals.
And I guess that's impressive, but I think that's more so...
I'm just saying, like, you said that the animals look like puppets to you. And I'm just saying...
The movements. Some of the movements don't look very... whatever, to me. I mean, I guess because I'm thinking of the pace of it. With a cartoon drawing, you know, you can make it more extreme and faster and whatever. Yeah. Definitely pay attention to the visuals, but don't pay attention too much. I think that that's more of
that's a
demonstration.
I feel like people are always focused on the visuals.
But, and it's a demonstration of where computers have come to. But that's not what a movie's about. I mean, I think a movie's much, much more than that.
Yeah.
So don't lose sight of the rest of it when you're watching it.
So to wrap it up, we talked a lot. I hope we didn't bore you guys too much.
Hopefully we cut out some of the stuff from before. I'll leave it up to you.
I don't think so, because I'm not trying to sit there and do all of that.
Yeah, that's too much.
But plus, I mean, maybe people want to hear us, you know, they want to hear us be natural more so than just seeming so stiff. And
I'd rather have a perfect CGI representation of this video with no
well, I have a iPhone quality, so I don't know.
So bad.
No, good. Better than Android. Anyway, so to wrap it all up, go see it, even though our ratings weren't the best. I still enjoyed it enough to not feel like we wasted our money. And I kind of like doing the little movie reviews for things that that seem interesting and seem like I will sit there and enjoy watching. And I like doing those type of videos for my channel because we don't do them that often. So when we do, it has to be a pretty decent movie for us to want to spend the money on it.
Yeah.
To do a review.
And even though we gave it, let's say 5 out of 10, both of us did. I gave it 4. We still both think that you should go see it.
And check out the original as well.
Yep.
Take your family, because it's family friendly.
It is. And adults like it, kids like it. It's a great movie.
And let us know down below. You know, please make sure you sign in so you can like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly. And
so I know it's a little tedious task, but you only have to do it one time, most likely.
And if you didn't get a chance to sign in now and you're watching this, before you leave the page, click the share button, get the link, and share it on your social media. Because I'm sure you're logged in there. So do it.
Yeah, all you have to do is hit the share button for that one. But yeah, so yeah, definitely make sure you're signed in and leave us a comment if you go watch it or if you already watched it, because like I said, this is a do-over. It's the 20th of July.
3 in the morning.
And yeah, so let us know. And let us know if y'all went to the early screening on Thursday night, because some people did do that.
Yep.
And we'll
see you guys next time.